Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Now it is time for some more new additions, and I appear to be suffering a bit of a Huntsman addiction. Sorry, did I say suffering? I meant enjoying. And I have some very cool new Huntsmen today. These are Zachria flavicoma. They're a very unique species, quite odd looking for a Huntsman. You'll get a better look at them soon enough. And I believe they come from Western Australia. They're also a very rarely kept species. In fact, as far as I know, I am now one of only 3 people who own this species. Let's take a look. So, not an especially large species, but still a fair size, and quite oddly shaped, very elongated. It's almost like they were rescued partway through getting sucked up by a black hole. Very odd comparison, but whatever. Now, I'll be honest, I am kind of relieved to see that these spiders are all alive and well, because their postage was delayed pretty substantially. If you're in Brisbane, or Australia in general, to be honest, you're probably well aware of the fact that southeastern Queensland has had some crazy weather recently. We've had some floods, just heavy rain, flooding everywhere, so of course postage was heavily disrupted. And these guys were delayed quite a fair bit. So I was pretty worried, but thankfully they are all safe and sound, although that bump on the spider's abdomen, ugh, I do not like the look of that. Anyway, little fella, time to go into your new home. I said in your new home, not walking around or not back on my hand. Get inside the box, please. You absolute amalgamation of every conceivable insult in the English dictionary. And every other language as well. Move your feet. I know they're very cute and fluffy, but I need them out of the way. Otherwise, when you're back on my hand as well, okay, you just can't have enough of me. In. You go in, okay? You go in. You know, you move that. You move down. See how you're moving up right now? You move down. If you annoy me enough, I might be forced to take more extreme action. Do you want me to discipline you? There's lots of very hungry centipedes on a shelf right behind me. Would you like me to go that route? Well, that took us an unnecessarily long amount of time, but hey, a longer video, so win-win. But it's a shame we had to do that, isn't it? Not angry at you, I'm just disappointed. So with that out of the way, let's move on to the next one. Got 3 of these Zachria, and this one looks a little bit bigger. Come on out. Oh, bit faster as well, a lot faster. And doesn't seem to be able to climb. Have you been taking climbing lessons from the Funnelwebs? Just saying they're not the best teachers. Come on out, little fella. That's it. There we go, that wasn't too hard now, was it? Hey, whoa, a whole lot more energetic than the other one. Whether that is a good thing or a bad thing, I'm not entirely sure. I really do like this species though. Again, like I said, quite an oddly shaped Huntsman, and you know me, I always like my unique animals. Very photogenic, I must say, but please, don't need to show off anymore, just get inside your new box. You are really enjoying your time in the spotlight, aren't you, my lady? Like, champ, I know everyone loves a little bit of publicity, but please, I have other spiders to move on to, and I cannot focus this entire video on you, even though you are very sexy. Well, well, on the plus side, even though she was a bit of a camera hog, she gave me a lot less trouble with getting into her enclosure, so let us hope that the last of the Zachria will be a combination of both of these two's more desirable traits. So here we have number 3. Yes, a very creative name.
I'm number 3.
Whoa, I was going to say a bit sluggish. It's like each one is just trying to top the previous one in terms of bad behaviour. First one was a tad uncooperative, but didn't really run around much. Second one, quite energetic, and this one is just hyped up on steroids. Well, either that or just sitting still like nothing's happened. Look, I know you're behaving well now, but it doesn't negate how you behaved in the past. This is why it's important to make good decisions. You do have a very cute face though. Look at that, how can I be angry at that face? Playtime is over. Enclosure time has commenced. Someone is not happy about playtime being over. Move your little feet, that's it. Okay, that one was actually pretty easy. So the last Huntsman I'll be dealing with today is not a new addition, but one that rather desperately needs a new home. You may remember this rather outgoing and adventurous spider from my last Huntsman unboxing video. This is Holconia nigrigularis, a large, or will be large, species from Central Australia that my camera has a very hard time focusing on. There we go. So it has molted once since I got it and put on a pretty considerable amount of size, so it does need a new home. But my goodness, it is a very pretty spider. I cannot wait till this thing gets big. You just love playing up, don't you, mate? I am not amused, okay? I was already worried about the other Huntsman because they had a shipping delay, so I really don't need you misbehaving as well. Just get in your new box, it's a considerable improvement, it's a nice home that you really don't deserve, and of course you jump straight in it. Just after I said you don't deserve it. Way to rub it in my face. Way to go. Well, that is it with these little shits. These aren't the only new Huntsman I got, by the way. I also got this as a freebie. This is a, unfortunately, male Delena cancerides, or social Huntsman. If I can't find a female very soon, then I'll just send him off to someone who has one, because it's kind of pointless keeping males unless you have plans on breeding yourself. And another young Neosparassus. Different species from the Neosparassus I got in my last unboxing video. About the same size though. I really like Neosparassus, they're pretty stocky for a Huntsman, and many of them have some extremely attractive colours and patterns, especially on the underside. Like, have a look at this. It's only quite small and you can already see some pretty cool patterns. Okay, so that is it with the Huntsman. And now, Huntsman time is over. Time to take a look at my Megacrania batesii, or peppermint stick insects. I haven't featured them on this channel in quite a fair while, and they are definitely due for an update because I got some pretty exciting news. We have babies. Lighting is terrible, but there are lots and lots and lots of babies. Like, really a lot. And more are hatching every single night because they laid a lot of eggs. And my camera is once again showing off its incredible unreliability when it comes to focusing on the right damn thing. Kind of like me when I'm trying to study. Now I am going to be changing out their leaves, because they eat, and they eat a lot. Megacrania batesii are specialists, and they feed exclusively on pandanus leaves. They're very tough, often quite prickly. These ones aren't for some reason, and I'm not complaining because the spikes are a pain. Literally and figuratively. So I don't really get why they like to eat them, but, well, they do, and they certainly don't have much competition either. Now you may notice, but I have two sets of leaves in there. One is fresher than the other, and that is deliberate. Basically, I alternate with the leaf changes. So once one of them has been devoured quite considerably, in this case the one on the right, they'll move over to a fresher bunch, in this case the one on the left. That means that when it's time for me to change them, add some more leaves, I don't have to move all the insects out of the way, because they're all going to be on the one on the left, and I'll be changing the leaves on the right. So instead of having to move the whole bunch, I might just have to nudge away just a couple. Here's one of the babies. Really cool little things, and they're already starting to put on the, the sort of bluish green coloration that the parents have. Speaking of the parents, only one of them is left. The male and one of the females has died. And my phone is ringing. Okay, so apologies for that minor distraction. I'll show you the remaining adult female, here's another one of the babies, after I put the new leaves in. But before I put the leaves in, I'm first going to make life a little bit easier for myself. What I'm doing here is cutting along them lengthwise, and the reason for that is these leaves have quite a distinct fold, you can see that, and that's going to make it really difficult to squeeze them into the slot in this container of water. Of course, the water, needless to say, keeps the leaves fresh for longer, which is very important as I don't want to have to replace these super often. So I'm going to cut along each of these lengthwise, which is going to make them a lot easier to put into the hole. Okay, that's done. So now, instead of a wide leaf with a strong fold in it, what I have are just a bunch of thin, fairly flat strips, which are a lot easier to fit in this little slot. So, in they go. Alright, so that is that, and I've taken care to fan them out. That way there's a bit more surface area exposed for the insects to feed on. Guys, don't crawl out. This can get a little bit annoying at times, but I'm not going to complain too much. They're a hell of a lot easier to deal with than some of the other animals I keep. And there we go, that's the new set of leaves in. Hopefully that will last them quite a while. Now, next time I replace the leaves, I'll be replacing the ones on the left. Because now that the fresher leaves are in, the insects are pretty much all going to move over to them, which means that when the time comes for me to replace the leaves on the left, the insects are mostly going to be out of the way. Now here you can see the... oh, there's a baby as well. We'll get the baby out of the way, and preferably not knock my tripod over in the process. Anyway, here is the last of the adult females, and oh, Huntsman, you were already featured. You can move out of the way. It's definitely getting old. Its grip isn't particularly strong. It's just generally a lot more sluggish than she used to be. But on the plus side, she has definitely left a hell of a legacy, because, man, that's a lot of babies. But these are oh, the camera, okay, sure. First the Huntsman, then these guys. So as I was going to say before this lady decided to have a bit of an adventure, these are absolutely amazing insects. I really like them, so having a whole bunch of babies is incredibly exciting for me. I have never raised stick insects from hatchling to adult before, so that'll be a really cool new thing to try out. Anyway, that is just about it for this video. So if you enjoy my content, then feel free to check out some of my other uploads. Don't forget to subscribe and let me know what you thought in the comments section as well. Thank you very much for watching. That's it from me, and I shall see you again very soon.